Hey everyone, welcome back to FinChats. Let's start with some hot topics, right, Alan?
Those crazy Rabonas, those Elasticos.
Having 57 properties and still having nothing in his bank
account.
That too is one of the violation of the basic financial planning. Like
He was a mentor to the great Lionel Messi itself.
Most of the businesses are also facing these kind of situations.
Having just few bucks in his hands, like maybe 5 to 6 euros.
But you can't even buy a football with that.
Exactly.
the money may come, the money may go.
Poverty to the riches. Then he went back. Just for a short stint, I guess.
But the thing is, like, the business owner has to know when it should come and when it should go, and how it should come and how it should go.
Exactly. After that, his passport got suspended.
It's actually a fist, which shows unity and strength between ourselves, and also shows our integrity.
We are here with a lot more of exciting stories, financial success stories, takeaways, pathways in the business world, the practicalities happening within the businesses, and we'll be taking you to the practical world of businesses today. And let's start with some hot topics, right, Alan?
Yeah, I guess we should talk more about ourselves, how we came into the business.
Exactly. People might be wondering, they are saying like for a group of chartered accountants and financial professionals, and they are saying Finbook Global every time. What is Finbook Global, right?
Yeah, so I will introduce myself. Being a chartered accountant, I started my career with my dad in a traditional practice. So I was always wondering what more we can do for a business, what value addition we can
How
give.
do we expand our market?
Exactly. So that's when we all were friends.
Yeah.
So we all came together with this idea.
We're friends. We still friends, right?
We are exactly. Yeah.
I mean, right now business partners also.
Yeah.
So,
Business partners forever. Yeah. So what is Finbook Global? Let's give an introduction about what Finbook Global is.
yeah. Before that, I think we should start with our company's name, which is ARM Finbook Global Private Limited. A as in Alan, and Alan is Alan Square actually. Alan, Ruben, and Matthews. It's ARM Finbook Global Private Limited. And you can see our logo. It's actually an inverted F or a mirrored F actually, right?
Yeah.
Mirrored F, and all the alphabets of our initials, that is ARM, all are there in the logo. The other interesting fact is it's actually a fist, which shows unity and strength between ourselves, and also shows our integrity. And the main thing upon this is our vision to be the number one across the world, as being a financial and accounts global partner around the world. As you can see here, the L is not actually a letter; it's actually number one, which is denoted in the red color. So it's our aspiration to be number one across the world, being the finance and accounts global partner for small and growing businesses across the world.
Exactly. So at Finbook Global, what we strive to achieve is that, as we all earlier said, it's a financial and outsourcing partner for others, right? We are an IT-enabled startup. We are building a brand new dashboard for everyone, so that we strive to achieve that automation process of it. And also at the same time, we are a consultancy and an advisory firm. So by basically doing this, what we strive to achieve, our goal or our niche market, what we strive to focus is on the SMEs or the MSMEs. Or
MSMEs worldwide.
Worldwide,
Yeah.
exactly.
Not limited to India.
Not limited to India.
I guess around 99% of the business.
99.99.
99.99%
That's in
is
America, right?
constitute the small medium business persons.
Like wherever we look into,
Yeah.
when it comes to the globe, it's like for every nation, every country, 99.9% of the entire the economy has been based on the micro, small, and medium
I
segments.
mean, they all share the same problems actually.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
the most
Okay.
crucial part about it is that these small and medium businesses are run without any financial guidance.
Yeah.
So
That's actually astonishing. As in, however, if you look at some of them, or if you look at many of them, they are getting profits and they are having some issues, but still they're managing to do it.
Yeah.
So what if the question was, what if the what if question was there?
Yeah.
So like, what if we place our expertise and help them improve, or maybe focus on their profits, focus on their markets and the financial situation, so they can focus on their core business activities,
Yeah.
right? So that was the key focus, I think, what we strive to achieve. As in the business owner perspective, we can think it like this: if I am a business owner, okay, if I have to be there. Being a small business owner, I have to be there in every aspects of the business. But still, what if I get that load of finance and all those accounting, all those those technicality and those monotonous work. What
Yeah,
if I
dude, he
get
has
he
to
might
just
not
start
be.
from the purchase, the purchase thing, the sales thing, the accounting, the expense, the banks, the purchase order, quotation. There's a hell lot of
I mean,
things
no
to
one
be
is
taken care
expected
of
to
with
be
the
a
business.
master in all
Yeah,
cards.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
You can
and
be jack of all trades, but
Yeah.
you can't be the master.
Master of
Yeah,
none,
yeah.
Yeah, I think if they are outsourcing their finance department to professionals, maybe they can be relieved and they can focus on their core
Yeah, core business
operations,
operations.
core business operations. So, in my past experience being a traditional practitioner, what I identified was that many of the small business persons, they just look into the gross profit margins, so they are not concerned about overheads that incurring. So at even though they are thinking that the business is earning, but when we allocate the overheads project wise or overall, the average net profit might be much lower than the gross profit. So that's one point that business persons are not identifying, and there are many other aspects like there may be bottlenecks in various departments. So and they should make a buy or make decision, equity debt decisions.
Yeah.
There were various
Yeah.
aspects regarding
Yes.
Adding on
running
to
a
that,
business.
sometimes I think we also encountered that situation with our client, right?
Yeah.
So what he was thinking was, okay, I have this much profit, this much amount in my bank
Bank account,
balance.
yeah.
That is my profit. That's
Exactly.
what I
That-
get.
that-
That
That
is
is
that's
like
the main-
that is
this
like
is
out
the
of this.
basic, the
Basic
problem,
common problem there,
common
yeah.
problem faced in the SME sector. Like
Yeah.
whatever funds they have in their bank
Bank
accounts,
account
they
is their
believe
profit.
that it's all their profits.
Yeah.
But it's not that the case.
Yeah.
They have a lot more of money what to be reimbursed or to be repaid to the debtors. I know certain expenses have to be met. They can't even just imagine that all the money in the bank
I mean,
belongs
that's
to
the
them
base
as
for
a
the
profit.
accrual concept also.
It's
Exactly.
like we receive so much, we spend so
Spend
much,
so much,
and
the net
we
is
have
their
the net
profit.
balance.
That's
Yeah.
it.
So that's not actually profit. So
That level of thinking, as a small business owner, yeah, that, from his point of view, it might be right for him.
Yeah.
When we come in, only then we can give that add-ons, or as in what exactly is that profit we
And-
can
and
bring
if-
in, and
if-
what
and-
the
Exactly.
and what the
And if not if that's not the case, what else is going to happen is like he may be taking some, let's say 1 or 2 years to go to the bank, approaching the bank for a new loan. He'll be realizing this particular incident. He'll be getting this realization only after this particular 1 or 2 or 3 years, that he was not actually how he was not actually having a healthy financials. He was not actually having a healthy finance team to him. Then that will be too late. Like starting a business, running it to 3 years, and getting to know that he was not that good in his numbers and money. That's too bad for him to take the business to the next phase or level.
yeah, I guess we can, for more information or for more advices, they can always approach us.
yeah.
Yeah.
We only put the pressure points or the pain points. We
Yeah.
give them
Basically,
some
only
solid
the what
advice.
do's and don't do's actually.
So I think we can move on with the discussion. We can
Let's
start
get into
with
something exciting.
exciting. Yeah.
Yeah. So we just wrapped up the last session by giving a hint on the Ronaldinho's financial mishap, right? So we'll kickstart today's story with the financial mishap of Ronaldinho. So what was the real tragedy?
What is the
Let me
drama?
call it as a
Give-
tragedy.
give us the
yeah,
drama.
yeah.
Give
What
us
was
the
the real drama?
Okay,
Yeah.
sure. So, as we all know, Ronaldinho is the one of the best names. I mean, the biggest names in football, right?
Yeah.
So those crazy Rabonas, those Elasticos, you can see him. I mean, when you watch a Brazilian, when you watch him play, you can see him
Yeah.
going through the midfield. I mean, going through the defense and making them look like like
The
a child.
persona.
Right?
I mean, you know what? The first 1 million watched video in YouTube
Yeah.
was Ronaldinho's. I mean, the boot reveal of Ronaldinho.
Oh, okay.
He
See-
was an
see that-
example. Yeah, he was an example of born talent.
Yeah.
So Ronaldo is an example of hard work, more of hard work.
Ronaldo is a made talent. I
Made
mean,
talent,
through
but
his own
Ronaldo-
hard work. Ronaldinho is a born talent.
Yeah. Also, they have a nickname for him. We call him the wizard, right? He was a magician on the field. Imagine that level of stardom, or that level of skills, or that level of legend. What a legend
The legacy he carries in
the
fact,
legacy
actually,
carries.
yeah.
If he was a mentor, when he was a mentor to the great Lionel Messi itself.
Yeah.
So imagine that level of star power, or that level of legacy.
And there is something related with the first goal of Messi.
Yeah, Messi. I mean, Ronaldinho assisted Messi's first
Oh
goal.
yeah,
Oh.
that was it. Yeah.
So that's
So the mentor assisted the.
Yeah.
exactly.
Beginning of Messi's career, to be honest.
Yeah.
So that he led him to into a great start, right?
Okay.
So, but even though he was a magician on the field, he was not that kind of a magician outside the field. And it's not purely because of his own issues. He was maybe I don't know. Maybe he might have gotten the wrong advices, or maybe he didn't have carry the wrong. He didn't have the right people to attach himself with this financial matters.
Yeah.
Maybe that was the issue. But what happened was in Ronaldinho's case, as in Ronaldinho, when we talk about a football player, most I've seen that it's kind of a trend that it's usually rags to riches cases. So all mostly I'm not typecasting again. It's mostly in when you see the Brazilian players, them playing in a professional football club or them playing in a professional football team is very crucial for their upliftment. Like they carry on their family from poverty to the riches.
Yeah.
And also, as we discussed in the last episode, sometimes when the money comes in too much,
At
you
very
don't
young age.
at a very young age also, you don't know how to handle it.
Yeah.
What happened with Ronaldinho was when he lost his father at the age of 8 years, and his brother was there. His brother was Roberto Aziz, and he also was in the football. He was a professional football player, and that is how they got out of the poverty in the beginning stage. So his brother carried on that family. He took on the family burden, and he became a father figure to Ronaldinho. And what happened was that they got into this small club, their local club called Germio in Brazil, and that's how they kick-started their story from being poor to luxury villas and their richest story. So that's how they carried on. And Ronaldinho, as we know, he played for many teams. So he went from PSG, AC Milan, Barcelona, where he thrived like anything and was a mentor to Messi. But all these things kept aside, he used to get in like huge revenue. It's kind of a mix of tragedy and comedy, because see if that kind of a player, Ronaldinho, who he is, and imagine him being in the edge of poverty again after being in riches, like having just few bucks in his hands, like maybe 5 to 6 euros in his hand.
What, you can't even buy a football with that.
Exactly. So Ronaldinho went from poor to the rich. He
And
went
came
from
back to the poor.
he it was like a graph, man. It's like a ECG graph. It was like he went from
like a hill basically.
exactly. He went from the poverty to the riches. Then he went
Back.
just for a short stint, I
Yeah.
guess. And then he came back.
Like,
So
is he
it's-
still living in life like that, or I mean,
He's coming up,
we
he's
haven't
coming
seen him
Came
for
back,
the.
came back,
He's
came back.
recovered, I guess. But
he's coming back because it was all basically the poor investment decisions that he made and the poor things that he did. Maybe one instance was, there are 2-3 instances. I'll quote on the first instance. First instance was where there is this heritage or a highly protected area, like we have the buffer zones in
Okay.
in the
in
Western Ghats,
protected
right?
land and forest. and
Yeah.
The
all that.
protected land. So what he did was, what he and his brother, what happened was, they built a fishing platform in a highly protected area, and they didn't have maybe the right authorities and all those things, and they got slapped with a fine of 2 million, I guess.
Okay.
That's the amount of fine they got slapped with.
Oh.
That usually should not have been a problem because he was earning that much. But imagine him not being able to pay off that 2 million fines and fees because his accounts were frozen. That was another issue.
He had some 57 properties.
He
in
had
Brazil, right?
57 properties in his name, and I think maybe the issue was liquidity was not
Yeah,
there.
maybe liquidity. is
having
issue.
57 properties and still having nothing in his bank
Bank
account.
account.
That too is one of the violation of the basic financial
Yeah,
planning.
that's
Like if
Yeah.
you could have planned it in a better manner, like having some proper investment allocation,
That's
the story would have been different.
I mean, the comedy part is actually his passport got suspended, right?
Yeah, exactly. After that, his passport got suspended, and
And he
the
tried
other
to
comedy part, other funny part
Yeah,
is,
that's what.
I don't think a Brazilian individual entering into Paraguay needs passport, but they made a fake passport and they were caught,
Yeah.
and he spent his 40th birthday in jail.
Jail.
Imagine that.
So it was like there is no passport required for a Brazilian to get into Paraguay, but he faked it.
He and his brother was there.
He faked it.
So
actually,
it was common thing to violate. It was so
Pretty
common
for
for
him.
him.
That's pretty sad because that kind of a level of a player, but maybe that's just bad decisions and poor
Yeah.
investment
Yeah.
decisions.
And
Later he was changed to house arrest, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
from
he
the
was
jail.
arrested. He was into a into a luxury hotel itself,
that's
and
right.
they were maintaining him
Yeah.
there.
The
Yeah.
thing is, like Alan started before, like when money comes in, like when a lot more of money comes in, there will be a lot more of people coming to us,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? Like it is
We
not
don't know
necessarily.
whom to trust. We don't
Yeah,
know
exactly.
whom
Just
to go
stress on
for
the
a guidance.
stress on the point. Earlier we discussed that Ronaldinho assisted Messi's first goal, right?
Yeah.
So later when he went to prison, it was Messi who stood for bail for him. Messi
Oh,
itself
that's-
paid 1.3 million for him to get out of prison.
So he had to pay all these fines.
This
so,
was
yeah.
actually he had to pay. Obviously he
Yeah.
had to pay because if he's free right now he had to pay.
The
Yeah.
Ronaldinho's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is actually to plea from bail,
Yeah.
plea from jail. Messi had to pay the bail amount of 1.3 million.
And I guess the situation got worse not just because of paying fine. It was because he was. I think you guys might be familiar how he was living his life.
Yeah.
So he was having. I think he was having huge number of cars, very big properties.
Fancy
You
lifestyle,
mentioned like
yeah.
57 properties.
properties in
So
Brazil
imagine
itself.
imagine investing in 57 properties. Your fund is getting held up over there. So
Yeah.
I think the issue was with the liquidity of funds. So
Basically, he was earning pretty much, but not
yeah,
allocating or
at
managing
the
his funds.
at the
Yeah,
time when
properly.
he required the most, the fund was not available with him. So
Yeah.
I think when we compare it with the real life business situation, most of the businesses are also facing these kind of situation because at the right time when they require the fund, it's not available.
Yeah.
So there should be, for example, there should be good working capital management,
Contingency funds.
contingency funds. So
And even there is a concept of emergency funds when we talk about the personal wealth and management.
Yeah.
There's a concept called emergency fund. The same is applicable in all these cases. When
Be
it,
it
when
any
it, let
regular
it be a
business owner
business or a profession,
Yeah.
whatever it may
yeah,
be.
so
Exactly.
all this comes to the financial planning. So
Planning,
financial planning means allocating the funds in the correct manner, analyzing where to invest, where to utilize it for the business purpose.
Yeah, identifying the highest return avenues,
Avenues,
channels. Yeah.
And something to add on with Messi. Messi's help didn't stop there. Actually, he gave a signed T-shirt. Signed Barcelona jersey. Not withstanding Messi's signature with all the player signature. He told Ronaldinho to sell it for money. Ronaldo
Oh.
didn't sell it, but that was the point. So actually, his life came in full circle. Ronaldinho assisted Messi's first goal, and Messi had to assist him to get out of jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that
So-
was the case.
So exactly. So as we can conclude, we need everyone, be it individual, be it a business owner, be it anyone who deals with finance or has money coming inflow and outflows. A solid financial plan is the key.
Yeah.
A solid financial plan with the expert or professional advice of someone who is very literate in these matters is very crucial. For
And I would rather say that there is another human thought process involved in these things. When a lot more of money comes, the thing is
Yeah.
that this money will always be
Be
there.
there.
Yeah.
Like even we have that thought. Like when we have a pretty good amount of money in our hands, it's like I have it enough. Like,
Yeah,
but
got
we
it.
are not actually preparing for the unexpected
That's a
things.
common picture. We call money as a wheel, right?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
goes and come back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And even the ones who are not that focused, or not have some good financial planning, would say that money by its nature, it's like it may come, it may go,
It go.
which
It's
is not
always-
actually factually. We'll never recommend that particular saying
Yeah.
for a good business health.
That's
Yeah,
why
it
I
all
think every accountants will be prudent, because that is one of the base concepts that we study from the from the
Prudence concept.
school, the
Prudence
prudence
concept.
concept, right?
Yeah.
The thing
So-
is like the money may come, the money may go,
No.
but the thing is like the business owner has to know when it should come and when it should go, and how it
Preserving
should
it.
come and how it should go.
Yeah.
Yeah, preserving it and
Yeah.
how to utilize this.
And always being prudent, as in estimate for all the losses rather than thinking of the gains, right?
Yeah.
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 That's the
Being-
basic game. how
being
it starts.
precautious rather than reactive.
That's it. Basically, being proactive more than reactive.
Yeah. So there is one more point I would like to add on. This is not relating to financial terms. So as you mentioned, Ronaldinho was penalized for building properties in the protected land. So there is something beyond finance there. So we have to look into a broader aspect. We have to living in a society, we have to give back to the society. So we have to protect the nature. So there's a sustainability. We have to be part of the sustainable development.
Yeah.
So even though we should focus on profits, along with that we should also focus on the nature, our environment, our society.
I mean,
So
some
that's also-
countries are demanding SBR reporting. right now
SBR
for
reporting
companies.
is there. Like
Exactly.
the governments are actually encouraging the sustainability reporting as part of the businesses.
Yeah.
It's like it is like teaching the businesses that it's not all about money things. It's also about giving something back to the
To
society
society.
or the community from where they brings in this money.
Yeah.
So that's why the governments had brought about this idea of the business has to mandatorily report about the sustainability flow of the business.
And in the long time, only sustainability works, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't give back what you get, then
Yeah.
it kind of stops at the short term.
Basically, growth without compromising the ability of the future generation for their growth.
So whether it's dealing with the finances like Ronaldinho's issue or the tax issues faced by the Ronaldo as we discussed in the previous episodes, it's always better to have a financial guidance or financial advice with you so that you can avoid such worse situations.
You
and
mean
you can
like us,
always
right?
move like us. Yeah, exactly.
So it's not just Ronaldo or Ronaldinho. A lot more of stories are yet to come. Let's keep the chat going with FinChats. Till then, bye.